Part 10. Evolution as the Solution, the 11th of September 2001. 911 was emergency call for help. Now we will talk about the World Trade Center and the atrocities of the 11th of September 2001. As you can see, 911 is the emergency number for help. On this date was a call for help from the people of the world against all terrorists. This emergency call was a shout to heaven, and all in our galaxy and beyond heard your cries for help. It was a grand unification of souls, unified in your distress and pain, and calling to God for help and for freedom from tyranny. Your people are united on the soul level, each one wanting peace to be able to live out your life in freedom. There was a great divine response to the tragedy. This was not a setback for the light, but instead, a grand opening for us to become part of your conscious life and to intervene even more in the affairs of earth to bring the peace you all strive for. Out of every tragedy comes a grand awakening, and millions more have awakened to the light as a result of this. The dark forces are actually working for us when they scheme to perpetrate such heinous acts of violence. It wakes people from their comfort zones of slumber and they start calling on God at last and reconnect their phone line to the divine creator of all. So look at this as another step that humanity has taken towards the light that reaches you all from heaven. For once humanity connects again to the light, it will flow forth to the earth like a waterfall rushes to the ground, bathing all and soaking you through to your core with light. It is an immersion into light, just as Jesus baptized souls by immersing them in water. This has the same effect. Pray for peace. It is only through your prayers that we can intervene more fully to bring our whole planet into the light. We pray along with you. We are part of you. We are one soul divided by the different strata of earth, but all living the same life. Whatever happens to one, happens to us all, only on levels you are just now comprehending. It is fall now on your surface, and all is dying for the earth is gearing for her rebirth into light. Just as the fall changes to winter, and winter to spring, your hearts are going through a rebirthing process that is carrying you speedily into the photon belt of light. You will be ready for the merger and will rejoice at the impact when suddenly you find yourself illuminated and seeing the world around you through the eyes of God. It will be a speedy delivery into light, and, yes, you will find us there, waiting for you as we always have. World Trade Center Inner Plains Electoral Vote. Today the earth is relatively quiet as humanity contemplates the events of the past week. Although this was a heinous act and atrocity against mankind, it was not accidental. Those ones who chose to be there at that time had already chosen to leave the earth and continue their ascension from the other side of the veil. They just left sooner than they normally would have, but not that much sooner. No one is caught in a catastrophe who has not chosen it on their subconscious level. Remember that there are no accidents, regardless of the magnitude of the incident, and this is no exception. Now we will speak of the brother and sisterhood that prevail in the wake of this tragedy. This tragedy had welded people together, communities all over the earth, in an embrace of love and unity and brotherhood. It has closed the gap of separation between peoples, showing that you are all involved in the same struggle of life and death, and showing that you are all one in the face of calamity, that you all share the same feelings and same hopes, and mainly that you all share the same prayers for your lost ones. This sameness is a big factor that has melded large groups of people together in a way that your past complacency could not. We implore you to keep vigilant and to know beyond a doubt that the God you pray to hears every thought, every word, every gesture, and knows that the majority of people on earth call for peace and justice in their hearts. And we mean justice, not vengeance nor retaliation, but justice heretofore not known in these past centuries. These events of the past week have not hindered Earth's or humanity's ascension plan, but rather, have unified humanity to such an extent that in actuality the ascension has been furthered and heightened and quickened, although you who live in third-dimensional bodies cannot as yet fathom this. But soon you will see how this has enabled the ascension to go forth even more quickly, as the waves have snapped up even more and more people as a result of their abrupt awakening in the face of this immense tragedy and loss of lives. Remember that God's light never fails and that the divine plan for Earth is more intact than ever, and, more than ever, is now the time for all the lightworkers to trust in the divine plan for the ascension of Earth and humanity. For the light never gives up nor relinquishes its position. It may recede a bit, then comes back mightier in force and mightier in its resolve to move humanity up the scale of evolution to where these tragedies no longer can occur. So you see, all is well on earth and all is going according to divine plan. And what seems like a setback is really a speeding up of your ascension if you look deeper into the overall picture. This has resulted in a vast awakening and a reversal that dark forces had not anticipated. These terrorist tragedies do not fragment people. Rather, they unify them in their resolve to find peace on earth. The hell that the darkness wants to promote lies inside those individuals who perpetrate these events, and as long as people do not buy into that reality of darkness, then peace and heaven on earth will prevail. Even though many millions of American people want revenge, no one wants war on American soil, and deep down in people's heart spaces, all cry for peace on earth and justice to prevail. In fact, all humanity that is constructive to life, and this is the vast majority of people on earth, all want peace and love to prevail. This is the call we all hear under the earth and in the higher dimensions. The call for peace is so loud that it deafens everything else out. These calls are speeding up the ascension plan as nothing else could have, because when angry people call for revenge, they are exhibiting their hurts and scars from their past, but when interviewed on the inner planes at night, they all, with very few exceptions, choose peace. So this is the vote we go by, the inner planes electoral vote, where all vote for peace without ballot tampering. It is the true vote and only vote that prevails. So rest assured that all is going according to divine will and that humanity will, indeed, ascend even sooner now. You are the showcase of the universe and you are surmounting and surpassing all obstacles being put in your way, and there will be more to come. For the dark is not done, nor have they, as yet, given up. They will strike again, trying to thwart your passage into light. But they will fail, as the resolve of the lightworkers is too great and humanity is responding to the light, not the dark. Know that your world is safe. This drama will play itself out until there are only the light players left, as all the dark players will have vacated the premises and exited the stage. Their darkness will be gone and only the light will prevail. Know that our hearts are filled with love for humanity, and as we watch the scenario from below, we feel your sadness and hear your calls for peace. We join our hearts with yours, magnifying your voices for peace on earth. Our foresight protects us underground, for we do not act without weighing the outcome of our actions or without seeing the possible future consequences. Someday you will have this foresight, this vision to see the future based on your choices before you make them. Always opt for peace and love, and your future will always bring it to you. What you choose is what you get. So we down in the hollow earth give you our strength and stand with you in your resolve to bring all humanity into the light so that we, as one planet united in the love of God, can finally ascend as a whole and move on to our destiny of galactic unity and galactic ascension for the whole galaxy. We monitor the Milky Way galaxy. Pay no heed to the outbursts of negativity and hostile warfare, they are like a naughty child, just having an outburst that soon subsides into calmness and peace. We in the hollow earth monitor your whole earth and the whole Milky Way galaxy. We have our amino-based computers that show us everything that is happening everywhere in our galaxy and universe and, of course, on Earth's surface. This is one of our jobs, to keep track of everything simultaneously, and to plug the confederation of planets into the trouble spots on Earth as they occur. Another war on Earth must not be tolerated. This is the end times, the end of war, the end of hate, negativity, anger, jealousy, competition, and fear. Sleeping giants of yore. We speak to you from the fabled library of Porthologos inside the earth, but a step away from you in consciousness. You reach us by stepping down in your thoughts and extending yourself and your imagination into our library, looking around, and seeing us. We stand there waiting for your entry. Today we will talk about the sleeping giants from your folklore. These giants are beings from the hollow earth who took residence on the surface thousands of years ago. In your folklore, you speak of them as sleeping for hundreds of years, and then awakening to find themselves in another time zone. Yes, they traveled from inside the earth and lived on your surface for hundreds and thousands of years, studying humanity's surface population and then returning inside to report their findings. They did grow long beards, and many stories were written about them and their Herculean feats on the surface. Know that Earth is populated with many different beings from many different star systems, all here for the same purpose, to grow and evolve in consciousness, and to understand how humans evolve. The surface is a testing ground and experimenting station for growth and evolvement. The first four letters in evolvement are love, spelled backwards. It is through love that you evolve. It is so simple, and yet it still eludes so many surface dwellers. Love is the glue, and it is through you, each and every one of you, that your world moves into higher states of consciousness, and it's all through love, love of yourself and love for your other selves. As you all come together in greater harmony and unity, you will feel yourselves and your reality shifting into higher vibrations of love and peacefulness, and you will gingerly step into the higher dimensions where you will begin to feel and see us. We are in these higher dimensions. For even as we reside below you, we are beside you. This is how oneness manifests. Your world is rapidly changing and waking up, due in large part to the shock of the World Trade Center attack on September 11, 2001. This was a world emergency wake-up call, perpetrated by the dark forces in an attempt to wake you up to their presence. They have delved so deep into darkness that they have gone full circle and are now circling back into light, and their terror is shocking people into their wake-up zone, affecting them in a polarity opposite of the dark's intention. The sleeping masses are finally being shocked into awakening to who they are, like the sleeping giants of yore. You are all the sleeping giants who came to Earth's surface and fell into a great sleep, and who are finally awakening to what is being perpetrated on the surface. You've been caught in a great lie, believing everything the newspapers and media tell you, and never questioning the news source from whence it comes. Well, it all comes from the same one source, your government-controlled media, one viewpoint, theirs, which they program into your belief system. As people awaken from their deep slumber of the ages, they begin to question, and this is the awakening period. Soon you will all jump out of your beds and stand free with us in the higher realms of consciousness. Your cetacean brothers and sisters wait for you there too. We have great monitors in the library of Porthologos where we view surface conditions and follow your earthly lives. Nothing surprises us anymore, as we've seen it all, history repeating itself over and over again. But now we see something different. Through the repetition of events, we see humanity waking up and remembering that there's more than war and strife and struggle and lack and limitation. They are remembering the divine within them, and this remembrance is the awakening. Remember and awaken. Once a critical mass of people is awakened, you will all float into higher consciousness instantly, and the past will be a dream. We wait for you at the gates of your consciousness, and as the floodgates open, the waves of light will carry you through. As light workers, you have all prepared for this for eons, and now it is here. The European Euro, December 31, 2001. We transmit to you directly from the library of Porthologos, where many of us spend most of our time. Although our time frame differs from yours, we still tell time and arrange our schedules and days. The hollow earth is rejoicing at the magnitude of the rise in Earth's consciousness as witnessed by the announcement of the euro on today's news, bringing many European countries together as one. This is a great step for the surface population, leading to a united Earth world. We in the hollow earth have one system for all of us, which keeps us unified in all areas of commerce and life. It is a big step taken, and many more countries will follow. Confusion and turmoil on the surface. Your health is linked to your wealth. By this we mean your emotional health, your feeling body. For the healthier you feel, the clearer and purer your thoughts and feelings, the clearer your intentions will be. It is your intent that goes out into the universal fields of light, and brings you back what you send out for. Every thought is a call, and every call has an answer. So attune yourselves to your thoughts and your feelings, and monitor what you are sending out. If you send out only what is positive, that is what you will receive. This is a time of great confusion and turmoil on the surface, as people are being awakened by the string of events unfolding. Stay within your own center, go deep down, and feel only the calmness and tranquility that exists within you, and radiate this out to counteract the negativity and upheaval that is going on around you. This is your purpose. This is what it means to hold the light. It means you are holding the light that ever exists within you, and choosing to reflect only the light, and not the confusion around you. So go within, and stay within, even as you are existing in all outward appearances. It is so simple, yet so profound. In the hollow earth, we all live from our heart center and radiate only the tranquility within us. This tranquility permeates the whole cavity of the earth and brings us the health and riches that surround us always. As surface folk begin to live from within their heart center, this purity and strength and peacefulness will permeate your physical bodies in surface conditions, and gently bring you the peace that abides within us and inside our earth. This is our dream for you, and our dreams always come true. Peace is the answer. We bring you tidings from the hollow earth located in the innermost cavity of your planet. We dwell here in peace and prosperity and great abundance. We wear precious gems and gold that adorn our bodies and homes, and everyone has as many as they could ever want. Everything is in prolific abundance, including peace and unconditional love. For it is this peace and love that creates abundance and prosperity and longevity of life. This is the secret, the magic to life. Just live in peace and harmony and love with one another, and heaven on earth is yours. It is truly magic. For peaceful living can only bring more peace and great riches beyond your third-dimensional imagination. Peace is the answer to all your societal ills. Love is the answer to all your family and relationship problems. Peace is the answer to your economic woes and stock market fluctuations. Peaceful coexisting is the purpose of life and the reason you are here. Don't let it elude you, and don't let 9/11 and other tragedies detract you from feeling peace within yourself. These events are but ploys to detract you from the peace that already exists within each of you. These events are purposely orchestrated to push humanity off the course of your impending ascension. No matter what transpires on your surface world, stay calm and centered within your soul and feel peace. It is only through the feelings that peacefulness can emerge. Hold this peacefulness and let it extend out onto your surface, and touch every soul you come in contact with. This is how you spread peace and counteract the darkness around your earth. The forces of light are here in great numbers surrounding your earth and every man, woman and child. Our central sun has sent legions of angels to guide and protect you, as the energies coming to earth are so powerful now that everything not of love is being pushed to the surface for healing. We in the hollow earth are insulated from the chaos above, for the earth is a great insulator and provides a protective shield all around us. We can be in contact with you, but cannot be contacted by negativity. It just can't reach us. Our shield of protection is just too strong. We've woven a force field around us that is impenetrable to everything that is not of the light. We are secure and safe inside the earth, for it is the only way we can exist and evolve. When you achieve these peaceful living conditions, we can then emerge and welcome you into the Confederation of Planets, where you will be shown how to change your world back into paradise. 11. Our immortality. We don't age. We have waited all day in joy, knowing that we would make our connection today, at the end of your day. We are joyous to be here with you today, partnering with you to bring our messages to our brothers and sisters above ground. Thank you for keeping your appointment with us. Today we will speak about time and how fleeting it is on the surface. You count your days, your minutes, your seconds, and register them all in your bodies, thinking that aging signifies the passage of time. As people age, time passes. As buildings deteriorate, time passes. This is time on the surface, and it is all an illusion. Time really does not exist, it can't exist, and we are a prime example. Our bodies don't age and our buildings don't deteriorate. So does this mean that there's no time in the inner earth, but only time on the surface? You would think so, wouldn't you? But our lives attest to the fact that through your passage of time, our bodies stay young, no matter how much time passes on the surface. You measure your time with aging, but we don't age. Does this mean time stands still, for us? Or does it rather mean that you're using an inappropriate measurement? Your bodies wouldn't age if you didn't count the days and years as getting older. If you counted the days and years as your journeys around the sun, instead of aging, then 30 years would mean 30 trips around the sun, instead of 30 years old. Trips don't age you, but years old does. If you just change the words from years old to trips, you gain your immortality. It's all in your beliefs and your speech. Your speech and your thoughts make it so. In the hollow earth we know there's no such thing as aging, because we never see it. We know there's no such thing as time as you experience it, because here everything is in a perpetual state of youthfulness and newness. Everything looks as new as the day it was created, including our bodies. We exist in a state of divine perfection, in an environment of timelessness. We never hurry and are never late, and we never kill time as you do on the surface. Have you noticed how this is a favorite saying of yours? It's as if time were your enemy, and whenever you have some extra time you kill it. You are in a rush to use up all the time in your life so that the end comes fast, and you don't have to feel. You just stay busy, watch the years of your life pass, and hope it ends without leaving any extra time on your hands. For what would you do with extra time? The thought would scare you, for it would leave you time to feel yourself, to feel your life, and feeling is what everyone wants to avoid. So without enough time left at the end of each day, you can avoid feeling, and just continue a robot-like existence. You can stop time. Just start feeling yourself in every moment and prolong this feeling, this consciousness of yourself. You can actually expand your time, and prolong your youthfulness, by not getting caught up in time. If it starts slipping away from you, you can stop to recapture it by feeling yourself deeply in the moment. It's all about awareness. If you lose yourself in your day, you lose a segment of your life. If you're aware of yourself throughout your day, you gain immortality, for you're focusing on the now. You would love our easy lifestyle and slow, harmonious ways. We have time to think things out, to talk things out, before we make choices. We're never forced to choose because time is running out, or there's a deadline. These are obstacles that you've created on the surface, and they just don't exist down here. We thank you for taking your time today to meet with us. I am Maikos, ageless and timeless. We have the eyes of falcons. Today it is bright and glorious inside the hollow earth, as our inner sun is always shining and there are never any clouds in our sky. Our vision is always clear, and we can see for miles around our inner cities, and across our sky to the other side of our inner earth. We have the eyes of falcons, with intense, precise vision. No one here wears glasses, as our sight is perfect. Seeing is believing, and soon you will be able to see us with your inner vision, and wonder how you had never seen us before. As your consciousness climbs in frequency, so does the perfection of your body expand to every cell and organ, until you return to the divine perfection that you are. Frequently asked questions of hollow earth inhabitants. Question: will you give us a physical description of yourself? Answer: yes, my eyes gleam with crystal light and my skin as soft as a baby. I am 15 feet tall, and hefty and stronger than an ox. I can jump across streams and wade through rivers and climb the highest mountains, all without tiring. I am in perfect condition, although I am over 483,000 years old, and I remain in divine perfection as we all do here in the hollow earth. No thought forms exist here that are less than divine, so all we think we become. It is the law of life. You, too, are realizing this on the surface. Hence you witness the upsurge of your transformational workshops taking place where you are taught that all you believe you create. It is simple law of life. I am Maikos. Question: what kind of clothes do you wear? Answer: we are all gathered together, here on the grass of the library of Porthologos. We love to work outdoors, and take every opportunity to do so. We are very casual in our attire, and dress comfortably throughout the day. We have no set rules for dress codes, as you on the surface do. We dress according to how we feel, and we always feel good. So we dress in loose, brightly colored soft fabric clothing, made from hemp and other vegetable materials. We never use trees for anything, as they are living beings here to adorn our landscape, give us oxygen to breathe and serve as a home to other species. Question: do you have streets? Answer: we don't have streets. We have paths lined with flowers and composed of earth, so that our feet are always grounded, and we often walk barefooted as our earth is clean and pure and massages our feet as we walk. It is the same feeling as you're walking on your sandy beaches. Our feet are strong and healthy as a result, and our feet are not cramped from the constriction of shoes as yours are. Question: where does your light come from? Answer: the center of the earth is a place exquisite in beauty and unique in charm and just dazzling with the light of our people, for they mirror the face of God in all of God's perfection. Our forms are perfect in proportion, and luminous with light pouring out of all our cells. We don't need artificial lighting, as our very own cells provide all the light we need. Our light, plus our inner sun, lights up our inner world perfectly, and of course it's all free, with no electricity bills to pay. We generate all our own electricity and light, for we are each power generators of energy, and supply all we need in terms of light and heat for our homes and workplaces. Of course, we have help from our crystals. Crystals, coupled with electromagnetism, generate all the power we need to meet our needs. Question: what are your beds made of? Answer: our beds are cushioned with a vibrant material that molds perfectly to our forms, yet gives our bodies the perfect support and comfort we need to leave us fully rejuvenated upon awakening. Question: what kind of water do you drink? Answer: our water system is pristine pure, and is living, crystallized water, with its consciousness fully intact, not like your dead water on the surface, that's devoid of life-giving energy. Question: how old are your trees? Answer: our trees are thousands upon thousands of years old, and adorn our landscapes in their majestic gowns of green. We are in full communication with all the trees, bushes, plants and flowers, and can hear their choruses and arias wafting through the air as they serenade our inner homeland. Part 12. Our oceans and beaches. Our water is alive with consciousness. Good morning. It is Maikos calling to you from the ocean shore in the hollow earth, where I am walking along the beach watching the waves lap the sand. Our oceans are large, nay huge in comparison to yours, with waves larger in size and stronger in force. The oceans flow swiftly around our inner globe, and ebb and flow in tides affected by the Earth's outer moon just as your tides are. For the magnetic pull of the moon is felt inside the Earth as well. We all spend much of our time on the beaches, walking on the sand along the shore, and swimming in the ocean's clean, clear water. The water in our oceans and rivers is composed of living consciousness, and it is our water's consciousness that keeps us young forever. Your water is the elixir of life, and in its pure state it can change your bodies and actually bring the dead back to life. It can bring the life force back into each and every cell, thereby increasing the flow of consciousness in your whole body and bringing full consciousness back into every living cell. This quickening can move you beyond all earthly sicknesses and diseases, and give you the physical perfection and physical immortality you all yearn for. So drink your water consciously, and know that soon our pure water will arrive on the surface to cure all the ills of your people and bring them back into a higher state of consciousness. There are already some bodies of water on the surface that are known for their curative effects, and people by the millions go to them. Soon all your bodies of water will have these curative effects and more, as we prepare ourselves to emerge from below ground and merge with you on the surface. Your bodies yearn to be freed from the distortion of sickness and disease, and yearn to feel the illumination of God's light from within. Our water will dissolve all negativity and blockages and bacteria, so that your cells are clear to radiate the light from God that is always flowing through you. Your inner heart's flame is always ablaze with God's light, but the current density of the cells quench the light's illuminating effect, and instead of the light blazing forth like a golden sun, its rays become splintered and distorted and stuck. Water and light are necessary for life, and your cells need to be purified to hold the great light that is emanating from your heart's flame, which is a true and actual flame that is lit inside your heart and composed of the consciousness of the Creator flowing through you. So know that as the pollution of the surface has intensified, so has the pollution inside your body. Whatever you do to the planet, you do to yourself. If you as a species stop polluting your earth, water and air, you will stop polluting your bodies. They are inextricably connected, as you can see. But this can all be reversed, as you can also see, and we will reverse all these conditions that are against life, when we come to the surface in the not-too-distant future. I am Maikos, caretaker of the earth. Our water talks. Our shorelines are packed with the purest of sand, white-colored and soft and crystal-clear specks of the smoothest particles you have ever stepped on. Walking on our sandy beaches is akin to having the best foot massage possible. And we do walk on our beaches for this very purpose, for its massage soothes our feet and mind simultaneously. Our ocean's waves lap our shorelines with the purest and cleanest of water you have ever seen or tasted. And the temperature is always perfect for our bodies. Not too warm and not too cold. We walk into our oceans where it is shallow, and swim out great distances without ever getting tired or cold. No one here ever drowns. This is unheard of and unimaginable. We are all great swimmers, and our oceans and lakes support us so that we stay on top of the water. Our water has consciousness, and talks to us while we are immersed in it. Yes, our water talks. When we swim, our water becomes part of our body, and we are one body, one ocean, swimming along the currents and through the waves. We merge ourselves completely with the water's consciousness, and our swim is a trip in consciousness itself. It is so much more than what you experience in your surface lakes and oceans, where the consciousness of your water has become so densified and polluted that it has lost its voice and vitality and life force. It weakly calls out to you, but you don't hear it. It calls out to you for help. It calls out to you to stop polluting it, to stop bombarding it with elf sound waves, to stop the whaling ships and underwater experiments, and oil spills, and submarines, and cruise ships from destroying and poisoning its life force. But alas, it rests on deaf ears. For the children of Earth are still deaf to the destruction they are causing the Earth. It's only the greedy politicians who know what they are doing, and they do it purposely to destroy the Earth for their own personal gain, in the name of bolstering the economy. Everything is for the economy, and nothing for the Earth or its people. Families don't count anymore, only the state of the economy counts. You never hear about the state of the family on the news, it's always the state of the economy you hear about. Well, when there's no longer any families alive, there won't be an economy either. So help yourself by helping your Earth. It's only through your returning your surface oceans and lands to their pristine state that you will return to a perfect economy where everyone lives in abundance and perfect health. Our inner Earth oceans are sanctuaries to all marine life. The inner Earth's oceans contain all of the life that's in the upper oceans, and more. Our oceans are teeming with life, and all of the marine forms live in harmony with one another. All are on a vegetarian diet and do not hunt others. All live in harmony. All the marine life is very evolved compared to the life in the surface oceans. All are used to the peace and safety of our waters, and all are accessible to us. We all communicate directly to the cetaceans and fish, and live cooperatively and in peace with one another. Since we are all on a vegetarian diet, we don't hunt the whales, go fishing or farm shrimp. Therefore, Mother Nature is free to evolve in our oceans, and our oceans are sanctuaries to all ocean life. We just call to whomever we want to talk to, and they swim to our shores and converse with us. It would seem truly magical to you, but to us it is commonplace. Remember, all of us in the hollow earth know we are one. There are numerous underwater caverns, where we go scuba diving and explore the intricacies and complexities of life beneath the oceans. There are so many different kinds of organisms and plants and corals that are hidden in the ocean caverns that are beauteous to see. We love to dive and swim, explore and commune with the nature elementals in the oceans. There's a whole other civilization beneath our seas that we live in peace and cooperative partnership with. How wonderful to exist in a climate of peaceful exchange that we have forged beneath the earth. Your surface whales and dolphins sometimes swim through the underground ocean tunnels to visit and commune with us. They stay a short while and then return to the surface. They wish they could stay longer, but know their mission is above ground, and hesitatingly leave for the great swim upwards.